Hello, everyone. It's time for Van Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. I'm your host, Pete Costanis. This is episode 261, season 11. Today's date is October 1st, 2023. And welcome to the program. Yes, I am back for another episode. 2 episodes in one weekend. On today's program, I will talk about the Aladdin's Castle Funhouse at Riverview Park in Chicago. And also, I will talk about my memories of Tonka toy trucks that I had in the 1970s. Oh, those are great toys. So I'll talk about my memories of that. Right now, the program will go into a commercial break. This program is brought to you by Hamburger Helper. I don't know why I chose that. I was working on a podcast yesterday, and that was the first thing that popped in my head. So, okay. So, this commercial is from 1979, and it features the helping hand. I'll talk a little bit about him. So sit back and relax, and I'll be right back with the program. Thank you, everyone.
Meat prices are sky high, and I'm trying to keep my food budget down to earth.
Hi, I can help.
The helping hand from Hamburger Helper.
At your service.
You can help me save?
Sure, because Hamburger Helper can help you turn just 1 pound of hamburger into a delicious hearty dish. In a snap, enough for your whole family.
Mom, this tastes good.
And it keeps your budget from getting out of hand. Hamburger Helper, when you need a helping hand.
Okay, everyone, I am back. I hope you enjoyed the commercial for Hamburger Helper. Let me give you a little history of this product. This was introduced in 1971 from Betty Crocker. It consists of pasta or rice with powdered seasonings, and you combine the contents of the box with ground beef, mostly hamburger, of course, and you add water or milk just to enhance the flavor. It's very starchy, but it's delicious. Yeah. To tell you the truth, my mother never bought this. I don't think she ever had, because she makes a recipe. It's a Greek recipe. It's called macaroni με κιμά. That means it's spaghetti or macaroni with ground beef. And it's a Greek dish, and it's delicious, and it's one of my all-time favorites. I've had it in restaurants. It's not the same, but when my mom makes it, it is wonderful. As a matter of fact, I had this. I visited a friend of my mom's for lunch, and she had that, and it was very good, but not that much tomato sauce. That was okay, you know. The only thing missing was cheese. You put a little cheese on it, like Parmesan, or there's a Greek cheese that called kefalotiri. You put it around like that, which is wonderful. I know it's salty. It's not good for you. So yeah, like I said, it's one of my favorites. As a matter of fact, I'm going to have the leftovers tonight for dinner, which is fine. And it came with a lot of variety flavors. For example, not just Hamburger Helper. There was Tuna Helper that came out a year later, 1972. There was a Fruit Helper with canned fruit, fresh fruit. That didn't last long. Also, there was Chicken Helper that came in 1984. You use boneless chicken breasts. That sounds good. Also, Asian Helper, whole grain helper. That's with lemon and herb chicken, honey mustard. You can cheeseburger mac, like macaroni and cheese, beef stroganoff. Oh, I love beef stroganoff. Also, there was pork helper. That didn't last long. It was like pork fried rice and pork chops, and it was stuff. Didn't work. Also, they had hamburger helper microwave singles. So you pop one, you put water in, you put it in the microwave, you heat it up. That didn't last long, and that it was introduced in 2006, and then just lasted a year. But they brought it back in about 10 years ago. So I don't know about that. So like that. So the mascot of the product, his name was the Helping Hand or Lefty. Oh, he had two names. So he was a four-fingered left white hand. It was like a glove with a face, and he had like a Bozo the Clown nose, and he's walking around. He has no legs. He's kind of cute. I like him, like that. And let's see what else. Other products, if you go to the website for Hamburger Helper, they have all the products. Like for example, um, let's see. So they had. Like ground beef, of course. They had chicken fried rice, chicken fettuccine alfredo. Ooh, that's fattening. Good. Cheeseburger macaroni, stroganoff. I mentioned that. Ranch and bacon, sweet barbecue, bacon cheeseburger, beef pasta, cheddar cheese melt, cheesy Italian shells. Oh, that sounds good. Cheesy hash browns, cheesy enchilada, cheesy beef pasta, and like that. Oh, they had ranch burger, a crunchy taco, chili macaroni, double cheeseburger. Oh, that sounds good. That's up my alley. They also had the lasagna, Salisbury steak, potatoes stroganoff. Like that. Lasagna, spaghetti, tomato basil penne, tuna with a creamy pasta, also tuna with creamy broccoli. Also, they had tuna fettuccine alfredo, and of course tetrazzini. I love tetrazzini. Ooh. So the product's still around. So it's great. The reason they made this, because this is in the 70s, and inflation was sky high. We know how it is now. So but it was awful back then. It's still awful now. So when you have a family and you're on a budget, this is perfect for you. And it works. It really does. So it's available wherever, at Jewel, Target, any grocery store, just pick up a box, make yourself dinner. Okay. At the beginning of the program, I mentioned I'm going to talk about the Aladdin's Castle Funhouse at Riverview Park in Chicago. Also, I'll talk about my memories of Tonka Toys, the trucks in the 1970s. Excuse me. First, before I get started, I want to mention one thing. I'm still getting comments from people of something I posted the other day that I mentioned on my group on Better Chicagoland that I don't want any profanity, I don't want any fighting, political. I will approve, and no multiple posts. And almost everyone, maybe 99%, agree with me. Because we see, like for example, they put the Blues Brothers. They put like when the signature room closed. I seen about like 10 posts. No, I don't want to do that. Also, they put something with the Halloween sign. Nah, that's not funny. It's like that. I think a lot of people want to see something different. And you know what I've noticed? What people send over, like their family photos, or something they've had something for their keepsakes, like in their house, in their their drawers, their closets, their attics, and they dig them out and they post them. That is beautiful. That I want to see, and so does everyone else, and that's kind of cool. So, rare things about that happened in Chicago, or any items that's absolutely acceptable, and a lot of people would love to see that, And of course, I don't allow controversial things, like, for example, like Al Capone. I know he's part of Chicago history, but that leads to arguments. Also, Maxwell Street. I know it's part of history, but that leads to argument. It's awful. I've seen it many times, and it's terrible. Also, politics. Like with mayor today. The mayors today. The mayor today, the former mayors. Richard J. Daley and all that, or anything like that involves that. So no, because it's the members in my group are wonderful, but there might be a few of them that are bots or spammers or wise guys. They just want to say something, or people from out of town who haven't been in Chicago for many, many years, or people who have never set foot here. They don't know what they're talking about. They just want to, like stir the pot. That's not a lot like that. So, but thank you again, everyone, for your comments and all that. I had one person, he accused me of being a Democrat because I'm doing this. Fine. I don't want to discuss that. That's not allowed. Okay. So I want to thank again for the comments from everyone. I appreciate them. Everyone is very kind, it really does good to me. And I am here to entertain, to make things right, to have a nice, clean, fun group. Sounds dull, but it works. You want a little excitement? Well, I suggest you go elsewhere. That's how it is. Okay, so let's get started. And we'll talk about the Aladdin's Castle Funhouse at Riverview Park. Okay, so as I said before many times, I've never been to Riverview when it closed. I was about 3 years old. As a matter of fact, they announced they closed it. It's the 56th anniversary this week that they announced they're going to shut it down. I think it's that. Yeah. So that happened on October 3rd or 4th, something like that. And there was no next season of that. So they put everything in auction. And they dismantle everything. That's a shame. They should be in a museum or somewhere. No. So that didn't happen. So one of the most famous attractions, besides the Bob's roller coaster, was Aladdin's Castle Funhouse. And when you went to Riverview Park in the old days, and you went to the entrance, you could not help notice that big Aladdin figure, that man. He was an Arab wearing an Arabian costume with those big eyes. And I forgot something that, when you saw those eyes, they go back and forth, like in the old movies when you went to a haunted house and you saw a painting and the eyes were moving. So in the Three Stooges a lot, or Abbott and Costello. So yeah, that's what happened over there, and it wasn't a scary place. It wasn't a haunted house. It was just a fun house. So according to the book, excuse me, but the book called Laugh Your Troubles Away, there was the author was Derek G. and Ralph Lopez. He co-wrote the book, and it had the complete history of Riverview Park. I love this book. I read it about 5 times already, and I want to read it again. So it explains the history of the park, when it started, when it closed, and all the attractions. And I did find about the funhouse. And here's something interesting about this. And then so they built a funhouse, and that was built in 1932. I'm sure it was that. And the original blueprints of the building was drawn by an engineer. His name was Julius Floto, and it was first going to call Bluebeard's Castle. So they changed their minds, and it wasn't very scary. So, well, I'm sorry. They thought that Bluebeard's castle was very scary. A pirate going and with a sword and like that. So evidently they changed to a scary name, and they changed it to Aladdin's Castle. And then it became a fun house, and it had the usual features of what all fun houses had. Like, for example, they had the mirror rooms. So you go in there and, like the Hall of Mirrors, you would see yourself fat, you would see yourself skinny, you would see your face distorted. you know, uh, that will boost my confidence if I see myself skinny, and then I would lose my morale if I became very, very overweight. So yeah, it had that, and slanted floors, pitch black passages, air jets in the stairs, slides, and at the end they had a rotating barrel, and you would you would run or walk, or you would fall down, just like a hamster in a cage, with a wheel, like that, which is hilarious. I've seen pictures of this, and it's hilarious, But it seems like a lot of people had fun back then in those days. And then so they had a huge portrait of Aladdin gracing the front entrance, and the structure of the building looks like a fortress, something like real cool like that. And a lot of people didn't get scared. Now, I've heard some stories from people where they had the air jets and the stairs, and then in the old days, women wore dresses, not like today. And then when they went there, they had their skirts will go up. I heard they did this in Coney Island in New York. I don't know if they do it now. Can you imagine this sort of thing would happen today? I don't think so. No, 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 no. There'll be a lot of protests, a lot of angry women, and I don't blame them. You know, it was fun, but it's fun when you watch it. It's like watching a Benny Hill skit. Yeah, there was one skit in Benny Hill where Benny Hill was he was a conductor of a band, and there was a guy with a tuba, and there was a woman playing a flute, but she was on a pedestal, and the guy blew the tuba, and he kept blowing her skirt up. I know it's funny, but you can't help it. So that opened in 1932, and it was there until the day it closed in 1967. And so I don't know what they did with it. I heard the Hall of Mirrors went somewhere, went to a club in Palatine. That's according to Wikipedia. I don't know if it's true or not. I saw one Hall of Mirror. I saw one mirror that was on sale on eBay years ago. Yeah, it was years ago, and I guess somebody has it in their house, which is kind of cool. That's nice, like that. And so that's one of the attractions at Riverview Park that was the most memorable. I mean, there were the roller coasters, the bobs, also the flying turns, the fireball, the parachutes, like that. I can't think, Riverview Park has so many rides and attractions. My mind is so full. I can't think of all of them. It's crazy. And it's one of my favorite things to post on Vanish Chicagoland. I still do it on Facebook, on X, Twitter. I love seeing that. I wish I could find more color photos. Most are black and white. So, I'll keep searching. Okay. Right now, I'm going to talk about the Tonka Toys, the toy trucks, that is. I had these when in the 1970s. I'll talk about my memories of having them. I'll talk about the history of that. The Tonka company was founded in Mound, Minnesota, June 22nd, 1946. The founders were the first man, his name was Len Everett Baker. The other one was Avery F. Crounce and Elvin F. Tesh. And let's see what else. So it started as a gardening tool company called Mound Metalcraft. And so they patented several toys, including toy trucks. So they created this company in an old schoolhouse in Mound, Minnesota. So and then it just took off, and then they distributed all over the United States. And my first memory of seeing a Tonka truck was when I lived in the Roseland neighborhood in Chicago in the early 1970s, and Gately's People's Store had a toy store in the basement, a very small toy store, and they had these toys on display. And that's a great memory when you're a child, and it's a beautiful memory. So right now, I'm going to play the commercial for Tonka Toy Trucks, and this is from 1974. And when I come back, I'll talk about the trucks that I had as a child. I didn't have that many, but I'll list most of them. And so it won't take very long. So here's the Tonka Toy commercial from 1974. So sit back and relax. I'll be right back with the program. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, everybody, let's go.
Give your children Tonka toys and you've started something. They're fun and they last. So very few families who have Tonka toys have only one. In fact, the average is 7 per family. Now, honestly, when was the last time you parents were so happy with a product you wanted to have 6 more of them?
Okay, everyone, I am back. I hope you enjoyed the commercial for Tonka Toy Trucks from 1974. I'll give you a list of the toy. Well, first I'm going to do something. They had a catalog out, and it was called the Tonka Lookbook. That was published, it started in the 1950s and lasted through the 70s, and they showed all the toys listed and shown, photographed. And explains what kind of toys. So I have the Tonka Lookbook from 1969. That was about the time that I had the some of the toys I had. So I'm going to get started right now. And let's see what we got. The ones, well, on the first one, I didn't have any, but I'll tell you what they had. They had the Tiny Tonka Dozer, the Fun Buggy, the Tiny Tonka Pickup Truck. I had that. They had the Tiny Tonka Dump Stake. That was like a dump truck. Also a station wagon and also a van. Okay. Okay, next page we have a dump truck, a wrecker, cement mixer, a garbage truck, also a pumper, which is like a fire truck, also a car carrier. I saw most of these at Gately's People Store, Michigan Avenue and Roseland. I saw these, and I'll tell you which ones I had. As I said before, okay. Also, they had the bottom dump. They had the aerial ladder. It's like a fire truck. Lobo and dozer. It's like you place the bulldozer on a truck like that. Also, they had sets of trucks, transportation set, construction set, gift set, like that. I remember those. I remember the commercials. They had that. They had fun buggies, jeeps. Let's see what else. A beach buggy, a pickup truck. A dump truck. Seen that. Okay. Next up, we got highway patrol. It was like a station wagon. Fire chief station wagon. A fire truck, a regular fire truck. Let's see, a mini Tonka camper. They had a mini Tonka grater and also a cement mixer. They had that. Ah, let's see what we got here. They had a Wagoneer and trailer, a garbage truck. They had a pickup and a horse trailer. Remember that. Also a mini Tonka trencher. Got that. Here we go. They had a scraper, fire department set, stables set, contractor set, with the trucks. They had a Volkswagen, Tonka. Oh, now here we go. These are the two I had. I had a mini Tonka car carrier, but it was in a green color, and it was the most beautiful green truck I ever saw, and I loved it like that. But my all-time favorite Tonka truck toy was the Allied Van Lines moving truck. Yeah, I had that. My mom bought this and my brothers for Christmas. I think it was like 1971, 72, something like that. And we played with this hours and like that. Oh, it was a lot of fun. We played with a moving truck and we put things in the back, pretend we were moving, from our old house to our new house. And we played that. Me and my brothers, we played it in our apartment above the shoe store where we lived. It was a beautiful truck. I wanted to get that on eBay in mint condition. I don't know. I don't think I have room in my house to do it, but I'm still mulling it over. So we'll see. But it was beautiful. Like the Allied Van Lines that has the logo #1, USA #1, like that. It was black and the truck was orange. It's a beautiful toy. Beautiful toy indeed. Like that. Okay, let's see what else we had. They had the Jeepster pickup, sports convertible sedan, pickup truck. Of course, a bulldozer. I said that before. Okay, I'm trying to see anything different. They had a lifeguard Jeep, a style side pickup, a dune buggy. They had a wrecker with a plow, like a snow plow. Also, I take a horse fan, but it was not it's not tied to a trailer. It's like you put the horses in a van. Do that. Okay, let's see what else. They had a Jeepster runabout. You have attached a boat, a hydraulic dump. Let's see what else. That's the same. Let's see what we got. You have a dump and sand loader, and also a big garbage truck. They've changed like that. Mostly they're the same things, but some are bigger, some are smaller. Like that. They had the car carriers, but this one was not green; it was yellow. I still like green. They had a bottom dump truck. Also, they had a snorkel pumper, for fire trucks. They had that. And it came with a fire hydrant. Like that. Let's see, we're almost done. Nothing new. Just Tonka shovels, Tonka loader, bulldozers, anything construction like that. If you pretend you own a construction company, with the trucks, and that's what it was. Let's see what else. We also have the Tonka scraper, mighty Tonka crane. Now another Tonka car carrier, but this was bigger and it was yellow. And Tonka hard hat. You had a hard hat. Pretend you're in the construction where you wear your Tonka hat. It's kind of cool. And so I guess that's it. Now according to the website that I found, the Tonka Toys, the Tonka Lookbook, excuse me, they had this started in 1948 and lasted to about 1975, I guess, unless the person that created a website, this is all they could find, but I have a feeling that's how long it lasted. So it lasted about 27 years, not very long like that. So that's kind of nice. And I had great memories playing with these toys, and they're still made to this day. Yeah, they're still made. They've been bought by other companies, like for example, Hasbro brought it from 1991, and then Funrise Toys bought it, and then last year it was Basic Fun, and well, no, not last year. It was they were bought in 2020. You know, so let's see what else. They had video games. Also, they were released between 1996 and 2006. They were interactive. I never played video games with these, so I didn't know. So that's kind of funny. Okay, so yeah, so they're still in business. So you can find Tonka Toys in Walmart, Amazon. I just heard the news Toys R Us are coming back. They're opening a few stores here. I think they're going to open one in Macy's downtown in Chicago. I don't know, but they'll be standalone stores. We need toy stores here. We need them. It's a shame. It's fun to go to a toy store. To browse. It is beautiful, and as an adult, you have great memories of doing that. It gives you a nice, warm, nostalgic feeling. It certainly does. Okay, so that's it for this program. Do a recap of what I talked about. I talked about the Aladdin's Castle Funhouse at Riverview Park in Chicago. Also, I talk about my memories of the Tonka toy trucks in the 1970s. And let's see, this podcast will be published this afternoon, wherever podcasts are available. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, Breaker, Overcast. I mentioned this many times. Please subscribe. Also be posted on my blog, VanChicagoland.blog. Also on my YouTube channel at VanChicagoland Stories, the podcast. Please subscribe. Again, a lot of people have asked me, where do I find your podcast? Go to YouTube. It's much easier. Do it on your desktop, do it on your tablet or your laptop. You will find it, and you'll find the rest of the episodes there. They're right there for you to listen. Choose anyone you like. And also be posted on my social media accounts, Facebook and Twitter, and also, Twitter's X. I still call it Twitter. And also Instagram and Threads. The link will be there if you care to listen. Also TikTok. If you're on TikTok, help yourself. I'm at that age. I'm not a TikTok person. I've browsed through TikTok, with their on the feed. There's all kinds of dancing videos, all kinds of goofy videos with animals, babies. It's fun to watch, but I don't know. I gotta be a little innovative with Van Chicagoland to do TikTok. I don't know. We'll see about that. Okay. So this is Pico Sanchez, your host of Van Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. Thank you for joining me today. This is the first day of October. As we say to Greek people, Kalomina. I will have another podcast episode on Tuesday, and it's a very special one for me. Because on Wednesday, October 4th, is my birthday. And I turned 60 years old. It seems like yesterday I was at Correas Elementary at recess playing in the playground with the kids. And we're playing bombardment, dodgeball. Where did the time go? So for that episode, on episode 262, I will talk about, it'll be a surprise. Yeah, so I'll have something special it'll be special for me and for you. Okay, so I'm signing off right now. Here's Ray Rayner with a little traveling music saying bye, bye, bye. Take care, everyone, and so long.
We have to go. Bye, bye, bye.